Welcome YouTube. Okay, we are live and it is Wednesday. It's the Beauty Live and today I am microneedling my neck and chest. We are using Elaxen PDRN. I've just been wearing my Current Body LED hair helping stimulate helmet. This is great, but one thing I will say about it is it kind of hurts my head, so I don't like wearing it for that long. Luckily, its setting is only like 5 minutes. And it comes with this nice little base back here that holds it, which is pretty nice, I guess, if you want to put it on display. Okay, and if you didn't see it on YouTube, there it is. We have quite the selection for you guys today. Again, this video is embedded at naturalchaos.com on the blog. All of the links and promo codes are listed below. On YouTube, if you check the comment section, I keep the comment section live, even for replay. So check the comment section if you have questions, because there's lots of team members I have there answering questions. I do have some people on TikTok also who really help out. And if you're new here and you catch the information and you want to help out, please do. That's always helpful. And what else? Oh, the link to the blog post is in the YouTube description, but it's also pinned in the first comment in the live chat. So hopefully that gives you guys some information on how to find everything, because I know this world is crazy. All these platforms, you know, like to be kind of locked down and not allow like a lot of linking, which is frustrating, which is why I love YouTube, because they allow you a large description box and you can put in a million links and explain things, unlike Instagram and TikTok, unfortunately. And on TikTok, the lives are never saved. They don't allow you to do that. So that's the reason I always say go to YouTube if you want to catch up, rewatch any of the lives, because we do save them there and, you know, they're evergreen, so you can always go check it out. Let's get started. I got my water. Oh, and to just like clue everyone in, on Monday, we did the 200 units of Tox. I mapped it out for you guys live here on TikTok. Just so you know, I will be releasing a video tomorrow on YouTube that's a much better polished version of close-ups of how I map out, where I place, all the units I did. So I hope that that's a really great video for you guys if you're looking at doing your own toxin at home. Tox on Monday was the first time I ever used that toxin. Usually I'm a huge Tox like fan, but I have been using Tox for a lot of years, and I thought, okay, this is time to switch it up this fall, try it. And Tox says it can last longer than other toxins, up to 7 months. So we will check that out. And today is day 2. So in stories on Instagram, I have been sharing day by day of like, how is it uptaking? Because with Tox by day 3, it is frozen. The uptake on Tox is so fast. If you've ever used it, you guys know. But I'm not sure on Tox on how fast it's going to uptake. So I'm just like watching it and sharing with you guys on how that's working. But you can see that based on the mapping we did on Monday, and I tried to be very, very safe for you guys, because I wanted to share in a way that you could measure out, easily place, and not drop a brow, not get a crooked mouth, things like that. With that in mind, because I was conservative around my brow area, I do have some rainbow lines. You can see that my forehead is really frozen great, but I'm going to have to do some touch-ups. And luckily I have another box of Tox. I have a 100 unit box, which I will reconstitute, probably just jump into my app live next week and do the touch-ups. I'll probably place a little bit more in my platysmal bands as well, because as I was spreading the 200 units, I went pretty heavy throughout my face to give you guys some great ideas on where you can place. But with that in mind, I didn't have enough to really get in deep and really saturate my platysmal bands, although they are relaxing. So you can see like they're not pulling as hard as they were. My forehead used to ripple all the way up to my hairline. It's no longer doing that. Again, I was pretty heavy-handed with placement high, and I'm going to have to touch up, and I'm probably going to touch up here laterally to help smooth out some of these rainbow lines that I get. Now again, what I explained in that mapping TikTok live and inside the app is that you really have to choose. Are you going to freeze your frontalis, or are you going to get the eyebrow lift? Because you can't have both. If you freeze your full frontalis, then that is going to drop your eyebrows some. Not in a like my eyebrows are dropped. Just it makes the forehead heavier, so you get less of that brow lift. But in doing so, when you get the brow lift and you don't have a lot of toxin here, then what you get is the rainbow lines. And I think it's a good trade-off, because as you constantly use toxin in your frontalis, you do atrophy it. And so having some action in your frontalis, even though it's going to give you some of those things, is not necessarily a bad idea, because if you atrophy your frontalis continuously, you get a very thin forehead, and that's not a good look either. So you want to have some action there so that that muscle is constantly building and not getting too thin. And I have thinned mine out but for sure. The other thing that you'll notice is as you get older, so I'm 43 years old, as you lose tissue density in your forehead, sometimes what happens is that you're not going to be able to treat all of the lax skin that happens. So the skin gets thinner, it gets longer, and because there's less support to it, you're gonna get more rippling, okay? So the only way to fix that is a brow lift, where you chop off the skin and, you know, suture it up. So all things to keep in mind, but that is kind of like the scenario you're looking at when you're thinking about toxin placement. Also, I'll show you here. You can see that my corrugators have taken well, and that I used to get a lot of rippling in my brow area, and that's not happening anymore. So the Tox placement was great for my brow lift, for the corrugators. The dowels went really well. I also did that new placement where I tacked 1 unit into the center of each eyelid. We will see. It's supposed to open up your eyes bigger. I don't know if I see a huge difference in my eyes yet. Maybe they are. I have to go back through footage and kind of check it to be able to verify. But anyways, what do you think about microtox? Well, I mean, I do, you mesoing it. I do tox facials all the time, and I actually think Dahan Tox could be a great toxin for facial toxin, like the face, like, you know, basically putting it in with like hyaluronic acid and peptides and microneedling it into your skin, because it already has some peptides in it and it's supposed to last longer. So I think it could really smooth out your skin, maybe longer than even the week that we pretty much get from a tox facial. All right, let's jump into it. What else was I going to say? Oh, because we are using Elaxen PDRN and I'm going to be microneedling that into my neck and chest, I will actually be saving, I don't know, we'll have to see, because sometimes when I squirt it out, it goes too fast. But I am going to be saving some of it, and then right after this, for all my app members inside the Natural Chaos app, I will be jumping into the app and I will be placing mesoblebs in my neck as well with the Elaxen PDRN. I love layering with products. I love being able to microneedle them into my skin, and I love to be able to place them deeper with a needle and meso them. So I will be doing both. So if you're in the app and you can't make it right when I follow this, don't worry, because obviously all of our lives in the app are always saved, and they're there for you when you have time to, you know, go deep. Okay, let's get this going. I'm going to be using a new facial wash today. This is from La Prairie, and it's a really high-end Korean brand. This is like the creme de la creme in Korea of the like facials. And I've been sent the videos on how to do their like epic facial, but I haven't had time to watch it yet. So I have all of their lineup of products, but I haven't been able to like dive deep yet. But I was excited to sample this today. It's a gommage, so it's going to be nice and smooth on our skin. So I'm going to be trying that, and we will see how that goes. Okay, the gommage peeling gel from La Prairie. And I hope I'm saying that name right. You know I butcher names all the time, so we never know. So we're just going to put this on our face. And the way the gommages work, and I love these after peels or during peel week because they're so smooth. So if you guys are getting ready to do your peels, and I hope you guys have seen my peel video that I released last week on the 30% TCA peel and how to do it safely at home, then you know that I used some of this. I think I used this in a live maybe 2 weeks ago. Not this one, but another gommage product. but you can see how smooth it is. It just kind of balls up on your face. Here's like a close-up of it. This is not on TikTok, so that's the reason I do not have it pinned right now. But it basically just is like a nice way to start off your facial cleanse. It's nice and smooth. It's not abrasive. It's not like the apricot scrub or anything like that. It's just so nice. And it has kind of like an oily feel to it, so it's like super hydrating for your skin. It does make a mess though below you. Like I have little peels all over my desk. So we will just cleanse that off now that we got a nice little wash. And we're gonna double cleanse today. I do have the Honest Cleanser today, and this is on TikTok. They sent this to me a couple weeks ago, so I thought we would use it. I don't think it's like extra special in any way. I just think it's an affordable facial cleanse. And we will use it. It's super gentle. I'm going to be using it with my Revive Sonique. This is not on TikTok either. Again, all the products I'm using, if you want a one-stop shop, just go to my blog, Natural Chaos. Look for this blog post, and all of the products I'm using, along with any applicable promo codes, will be there. And we do have a deal with Revive. I just don't remember exactly what it is. Okay, let me say hi to TikTok. I mean, to YouTube, because so many people are on now. So I'm just going to turn my Revive on. Hopefully I charged it. Okay. Sometimes I hold the button down too long. It doesn't like that. Hey, Melissa, Edward. Let's see. Lindsay and I are watching from the sauna. Lindsay and I are both agree Kim's hair is awesome. Oh, you guys, thank you. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of compliments on going a little bit darker. Besides it being darker, which is still something that I'm getting used to, I think I might want a little bit more ash put into it, because it is, I feel like, pulling a red a little bit, which I don't like because I already have red undertones, but I think ashy brown looks a lot better on me, especially with some blonde highlights in it, I think. So I might go back and get a little touch up. If Tim's watching, he's like, what? Okay, so we're just cleansing my face. And Edward and Lindsay, I really hope you guys enjoy the video I'm releasing tomorrow about how I map out Toxin. For all of you guys, I really hope that you guys watch that video on YouTube. I'll release it. I'm trying to decide on the time to release it, because normally I release videos at 10 a.m. on YouTube on Thursdays. Tomorrow I'll be in San Francisco at the Notion conference. In fact, is anybody else going to be there? Is anybody else a creator and you're going to be at the Notion conference tomorrow? I'll be there. I use Notion to help me just keep all of my projects and production organized. I've been using it for over a year. It's been great for me, but I don't think I use it to its full capabilities because it literally is so powerful. So I decided when they said they had this conference coming up, and I live in Northern California, so driving into San Francisco isn't a big deal for me. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this. And I applied for a personal one-on-one session. So I have 30 minutes at 11:30 tomorrow to basically dive deep, and hopefully they can help me figure out more ways to utilize it. But with that said, I'm not sure on what time I'm going to release the video, because I want to be on the live chat with you guys, and I'm really excited about this video, and I hope you guys are too. So I'm thinking about releasing it later Thursday, maybe Thursday night. I know Thursday nights are a good time for a lot of people. So tell me in the chat, you guys, if there's a time that you think is best for you guys, because I'd love as many of you guys to come and ask questions. Although I think I did a really good job on this video, just saying. And then, of course, you could always jump into my app and watch me do all 200 units when I inject them. But because the live from TikTok wasn't able to be saved, I was like, okay, I'm going to remake this and remake it in a better quality with my better camera, so that we could zoom in and really see where I was placing and how I was measuring to give you guys the best insight. And then the blog that I'm creating to go with it is going to have the stills so you can really like, you know, follow along. And if you choose to do what I do, I hope it's helpful. All right, I'm going to turn this off. Somebody just said I'm in your app. Thank you. Hold on, let me go back to you. Oh no, my hand is wet. Oh, Biani Girl says I'm in your app. And then Sunny just gave me a ton of badges. Thank you so much. You guys are so nice to do that. Kelly Cook says, I would like to do DIY Botox. I've been watching you. Where's the best place to purchase? Okay, so really quickly, you guys, I do not share sourcing because I lose platforms when I do that. Okay, I had a much larger YouTube channel, and to prove it to you, I will show my plaque. And I got this in 2021, super proud of it. Or no, I got this in 2020, and then in 2021, they just terminated the channel. So I do not share. And then also I've been in TikTok jail. I've been in Instagram jail. You guys, it's just a nightmare. These platforms are freaking nightmares. And I know you will come across other small creators who all of a sudden just realize you can do your own Inatox because they've watched my videos for so long. And more power to them, you know, like I'm glad that they're sharing. I'm glad that they're helping bring more attention because that's what our community inside the app has been doing since, well, I mean, it all started in 2018 with our Facebook group. That was huge. Then the BBC decided to get with Facebook and delete it. So that's the reason in the summer of 2020, we built the Natural Chaos app. So I'm not a gatekeeper. Believe me, if I could just talk freely all the time, that would be my jam because I'm not good at hiding my feelings, pretending, or like curtailing what I say. So it's always really hard for me because, for instance, Allergan has a gag order on me where I'm not allowed to say the word that starts with a B and ends with a tox. Can you believe that? Yeah. They came after me, like a single mom with 4 kids, and did a gag order. And because they're $1 billion a year company, I couldn't fight them in court, even though saying the word B that ends with a tox is completely fair use. Completely fair use. But the truth is they just don't want you to have options. They control the market with the FDA through all of their expensive lobbying to prevent any other neurotoxins from coming on the market, which would give competition to what you're paying in office, right? There are more than 50 neurotoxins in the world. Most of them are used in Asia and like Eastern Europe, okay? And they're all great. I've tried so many of them. And they're not fake. They're not like contaminated, even though like, you know, injectors online will fearmonger. I just saw this one about ptosis and I'm like, okay. Anyways, the mapping that I share in tomorrow's YouTube video will really keep you guys safe on where you place Toxin because of all the lines and how I measure out. Now, obviously my face is not the same as your face and you might not have the same needs as I do, but basically when I use the 200 units, I did a full face and neck to give you guys ideas on different regions where you could place it and how to get to those points to be safe. So I think it should be a really good video. I did like 1 million disclaimers so that YouTube doesn't like cite me and tell me I'm violating community guidelines and whatever other BS they love to say. I mean, my whole issue on freaking Instagram right now is that out of 4,400 reels that I've posted, you guys, 4,400, there were 4 posts that I did over a year ago. And they deleted my Facebook page that had like 35,000 people in it. And then like, again, like sanctioned me and said I can't go live for another 400 days or something. All because I shared my experience with peptides. 4 posts. They have yet to tell me why. They accuse me of selling illegal drugs. And this is the thing. I absolutely have no checkout. I don't have a checkout. I don't stock product. I don't sell product. But they can make whatever allegations against me they want. And that's because they do it at the behest of their sponsors. And guess who their sponsors are? Big Pharma. So they really come after me, which is why I don't say where I source, even though we have the best vendors. I only share that on naturalchaos.com and inside my app, because that's how we can stay safe. And hopefully I can stay on the internet, because believe me, for years, ever since I was on the doctor's CBS show, they've been like trying to come for me. They're just ridiculous. Oh no, am I out of this? Okay, I was gonna do some hair serum, but I feel like there's no way I used all this. You guys, I never hit empty. I never do. I have so much freaking product, I never hit empty. This should give you good insight that I really liked this stuff. Hold on, let's see if we can get any out of it. Okay. Okay. So this is the Divi hair growth serum. One of the reasons I really like this over like other oils I've used is because it doesn't leave my hair greasy. The one thing I hate about hair oils is that they leave your hair greasy. So you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? So then I rarely use them, because I'm like, well, am I going to do it at bedtime? And then I guess it has to be on a day where I'm going to wash my hair the next morning. So I really liked this. It is on TikTok, if I can find it. Here it is. And I really do like this stuff. One of the reasons I like it, especially after microneedling my scalp, I'll put it on top so when the skin is still open. And it has this rosemary extract in it, and it's a tingling, and it just feels so good in my scalp. So I really enjoy it. Okay, what is he saying? Hey Kim, nothing wrong with red. Lindsay and I are all for red. We're all for team redhead. Lindsay is a red, so we're biased. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you guys see how it's kind of, is it reading a little red for you guys? Does it seem like it's pulling a little red? I do like that the pieces in the front are becoming a little bit more showy as the color kind of fades down a little bit. I just don't want it to be like too red for me, because then, I don't know. Maybe I could be a redhead, you guys. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. This was enough of a change for me anyways. I mean, I've spent 43 years having my hair highlighted blonde, so this was a big change for me. Edward says, people hate, I would ignore them all, yeah. Victoria says, the attack on neuromodulators is getting crazy. Half my TikTok for you page is against talks, which is weird because I have never liked those. Oh yeah. So when I was on the doctor's show, the CBS doctor's show in, I think it was like late summer, early fall, this uppity injectable nurse from Reading, her name is Julie, she came on the show to be like an got you moment. Like they literally wanted to turn it into like Jerry Springer, and I was not having it. I was like, you guys are just crazy. And she's like, I called the FDA on you. And mind you, this is like, her name used to be Juvederm Julie, because she's a injector and she is like one of the trainers for Allergan for like Juvederm. Well, Allergan even made her change her handle. So she had to change it to like Jubilant Julie, because they, didn't want her using Juvederm, which is a trademarked name for them. But she would make videos back in the day on how and where to place toxins. And so many of us who were in the Facebook group would like follow her, because, she had, back in the day before there was a lot of like injectors showing how to map out and how to place and all these things, she would do it. Her videos weren't actually that like entertaining, but she had some information. And so on the show, I was like, wait a minute. Because they were like, you need to take your videos down. And I was like, because she was like, because a 14-year-old girl could inject her nose and get necrosis and go blind. And I was like, okay, hold up. 14-year-old girl has a credit card, ordering products online. Number one, I can't control who watches my videos, although I do set them for 18 and up. Number two, where are the parents in this scenario? There are a million videos online on how to do things, from doing your own toxin to changing your own brakes. And let me tell you, if you change your own brakes and that goes bad, you're hurting other people out on the road, not just yourself, right? But apparently those videos aren't coming down. So I just think it's like insane to think that you can censor content, especially content for adults, and then pretend like somehow you're the soothsayer of what's safe online as she's making videos on how to do injections. And then they said, well, Julie, are you going to take down your videos then? And she's like, well, my videos are for injectors. And I was like, dude, anybody can watch your videos. So how are you like controlling who watches them? That same 14-year-old girl can watch your videos and apparently go order filler online and inject herself and get necrosis and blind her eye. I mean, it's just, these are illogical people who fearmonger because they're really afraid of job security, and they just need to sit down, calm down. The pie is big enough for everyone. People who are adults have choices for themselves. They don't need to be abused by high profit margins inside the United States, again, which are driven by pharmaceutical companies. These aren't even driven by the med spas. The med spas struggle because they have to be the face of these high unit prices. The only reason they're high is because Allergan wants them high, because there's no competition in the market inside the United States. So it's really crazy. Okay, we have Prequel, and some of their products are on TikTok, not all of them. This one is, it's a multi-acid milk peel. It has 15% glycolic in it, so we'll put it on my face just for like some nice hydration. It's like nice, it's milky, and it's kind of like a middle viscosity, not like liquidy like water. Their products are really nice and smooth and gentle. Like this 15% glycolic serum or toner, whatever they're calling it, is really nice. It's not going to like aggravate your skin. It's just going to be nice and soothing and help with cellular turnover and brightening and tightening, which is what we want, because the more your skin turns over like a baby, the more it's going to firm up and be bright. The problem is as we get old, our skin turns over very slowly. That's the reason you use actives. That's the reason Retin-A is the gold standard for cellular turnover, because it is like the #1 active that is going to turn over your skin. Retinols are just not the same, you guys. So anybody who's like, oh, don't use Retin-A, use a retinol. No, you want the Retin-A. And if you can get Triluma with the hydroquinone in it, then I say do that, because that's even better, especially if you're struggling with hyperpigmentation. Okay, so let's just fan that out really quickly. And Shaw says, I remember the doctor's show. They ganged up you so badly, but you remained so composed. You guys, the truth was, is I was like shocked by them. I knew that the trade-off was going to be that I was going to get the exposure with, some abuse, and I was going to have to hold my ground. But what they did was insane. And they even violated the contract because they went into my private Facebook group and pulled footage, which they aired nationally, which was not provided to them and I did not authorize. And so I made YouTube videos critiquing them and their whole gang up and their whole situation. And they came after me and they're like, you need to take those down. And I was like, absolutely not. I said, in fact, look at what your producer did. She pulled content and aired it on CBS nationally that was never approved. All of a sudden, guess what? They backed down. But those contracts that CBS make you sign, you guys, they are like, they use verbiage like this, to the universe. Like somehow we're living on Mars, like they were even with Elon Musk and they're like, oh, even if she lives on Mars, we control her. It's insane. Okay, so half and half. The next one is the Prequel half and half. And this is like a milky hydrator. It smooths, moisturizes, and boosts barrier function. So, I get these weird comments online. Your barrier is all messed up. Okay. Alrighty. People who stare at me through the internet and want to critique everything I do. But I really do like this product, but it's not on TikTok Shop. Again, all of these products are listed on naturalchaos.com in the blog, and this video will be embedded in that as well once it's done processing by YouTube. YouTube is really slow at processing my long lives because these lives go on for like an hour to hour and 30 minutes. It usually takes them a few days to process them completely, but we do have it on there. All right. Next, what I'm going to do is the sheet mask. It's by Sung Boon Editor, another like Korean sheet mask. This is one of those deep collagen power boosting masks. So this is going to be like the Biodance, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, let's try that. This one is on TikTok, so I will find it. I'm getting better at doing this. Oh, it's on sale too. The Face Fox says, well, I've always loved you. Think you're amazing. Thank you. So kind of you. Okay. Patty says, just started using the Prequel products. The multi-acid milk peel is amazing. I know. It's really nice, right? They have a huge line. In fact, I only have these 2 products from them, but I'm on PR with them. So I'm hoping they'll send like the whole other lineup, because it'd be great to try a bunch of their other products too for you guys. So this mask comes in a 2-piece collagen setup, just like the Biodance does. When I do these at night, I will take the little eye pieces and plug them in here. Sometimes when I'm live, they don't like stay on as well, so we'll see if we can keep them there. I don't know. Okay. And then we'll do the mouth part. Also, you guys, I hope you always remember that I do these lives not just to share products and connect with you guys, but I do them to help remind you guys to do skincare for yourself. If I'm doing this facial routine and you're sitting there watching it and you have a sheet mask, or you have like a high frequency wand, or you have a microneedling pen, get them out. Let's do them together, you guys. This is your time. I try to do these to like help you guys get it in, because I know life is busy. I have 4 kids. I run this business. I know how hard it is. So one of the reasons I do this is to do my own skincare, my own self-care. So thanks for giving me like the opportunity and the time to do it. Edward says, what you do is all messed up, yet you're walking billboard for healthy skin. Like I said, hate the hate. I know, that's the thing. Like, people will come to me, they'll be like, you look so much older. And I'm like, have you ever seen my original videos from 2016? Like, go to Pill Me Pretty on Instagram, scroll down that old Instagram account, check out where I shared my first like TCA peel or microneedling video live, and tell me that I don't look better today, like 9 years later, than I did back then. I mean, it's just, who are these people? Further, you guys, I always say, like, I'm not like chaining you to my channels. I'm not forcing you to be here. I didn't go to your door and knock on it and be like, hey, don't you want to watch me do skincare? Like, who are these people? Okay, we got that on. Before we start microneedling our neck and chest, I'm just gonna do my little scalp routine, my high frequency wand, and my fingers are wet and slimy. Okay, there we go. Okay, while I do this, I can read more comments. Thank you, Elise. She says, you look so much better now. Respectfully, girl, I agree. I agree. You know how cringe it is for me to go back to my original YouTube videos? Like, we've even talked about, like, maybe I shouldn't, like, sometimes I'm like, I should release this old video. It was so good. And then we look at it and we're like, but you look so horrible in it. Like, maybe we shouldn't. But it is, again, it's like a skin time capsule. Like, filming these videos for almost a decade for you guys is literally a time capsule of the journey. Okay, so this is a high frequency wand, because I know people are going to ask, this is on TikTok. And I've been using these for years. TikTok really wants me to pin products I do not have in my carousel. They're so weird. Did that pin? No. Okay, there we go. So I've been using the Pure Daily New Derma wands. I have all 3 versions, the classic, the clinical, whatever the other one is. I can't remember off the top of my head. To me, they all seem the same. So I think whatever one you get at the best price is the way to go. My son uses one upstairs for his acne. One of my 4 sons has more acne than the other ones. He's also on like tetracycline, which, you know, is what you have to do, because you've got to stop those cystic breakouts from happening because you get scarred from them. So we are going to do, and he's got a lot on his back. And I actually, Makeup Artist Choice, the acid brand that I use. Oh, Linda, thank you so much. You're so sweet for sending that and joining the fan club. You guys, I'm not really sure what that means on TikTok, but thank you. And anyways, we're going to do the 5 acid body peel on his back. They also sent the toner that goes along with it. So I'm really excited to do that. We've been waiting for a lot of it to go down in inflammation before I do that. And he does have some scarring from it already, which is just heartbreaking to me. But we're going to microneedle his back. I told him, don't worry, we will fix this. And we will. Okay, so my high frequency wand, all it's doing is it has argon or neon gas in it. It's just a noble gas. And basically, the electric current is able to flow through that gas. And then it just shocks your scalp. And all that's doing is bringing blood supply. So if you do not have hair, like if you're bald, it's not going to regrow hair, okay? Don't buy into that. But what it does is if you already are growing hair, but let's say you're getting a lot of breakage and the hair is just not looking as shiny, the reason I do this is because it surges oxygen into your scalp surrounding those hair follicles. And in doing so, as that hair follicle is developing, it develops stronger. So as the hair pushes out and grows, it's a stronger follicle, it will break less, and it will be shinier. So I never want to give you guys false hope with the stuff I use. I always want to be super honest, because if you're bald, this is not going to grow hair for you. But if you have acne, you can use it to treat acne, because the ozone in it kills P bacteria. So that's the way it helps with acne and bringing down cysts or pustules in the skin. And I only do this for maybe 5 minutes, just to give the scalp a nice zap. All right, so we're done with that. Kim, I've only followed you since your first carnivore video. Even then, the difference in skin, hair, weight, etc., it might, and night and day. You've aged backwards. Gosh, my eyes haven't. Thank you, Edward. That's really kind of you. I know so many people found me for those carnivore videos on YouTube originally. They're probably like, wait, I thought this girl made meat videos. What is she doing? But I mean, as a creator, I hate feeling pigeonholed, even though like that's what you're supposed to do, is you're supposed to always like niche down really tightly. But it's hard for me because I just really love making videos. That's what I love to do. So sometimes it's hard to always stay in the same little corner of the universe. I'm going to put the mask back on since I'll be wearing it for a while, just in case you guys are wondering which mask I have on my face. It's pinned. Okay, so to update you guys all, we are again going to be microneedling my neck with my Channel Pro pen. I'm using the 24 pin cartridge. A lot of times you guys see me use the flower pin cartridge. This one has 82 or 83 pins, 82 pins in it. This one has 24 pins in it. It's a round, and this one is set at a 5mm depth. Okay, so that's what we're using today. I don't know if you can see the needles on it. Oh, there you go. You can see them. And for YouTube, hopefully you can see those. I don't know. It's hard for me to show them. Anyways, that's what we're going to be using. It will give me more surface area to microneedle my neck and chest. And, oh, sorry girl, your late, usually laughing. I already explained about the high frequency wand. I was just stimulating my scalp really quickly. Okay, let's put on our headband. We'll take off our sweatshirt so that we have more access to our neck and chest. And so the plan is, I think I'll use like 2/3 of this for microneedling my neck and chest. And then I'm going to use the rest inside my app right after this. And I'm going to use a meso needle screwed onto it to inject in my neck and chest. I'll probably inject a lot right up here just to help firm up, you know, the turkey skin that happens here. Also, the toxin that I placed on Monday helps lay that down too and makes your jawline stronger because it reduces the pull of the platysmal bands that wrap up on your face and pull down along your jaw and your neck. So if you've ever like not had a sculpted jaw, it's because your platysmal bands are really strong and they're basically making your face and neck the same plane. But if you relax those, you'll get more of a jawline. Okay. Stay on mask. You know what maybe we'll do? Let me grab my silicone mask cover that will like lock it on. Okay. These are like the best $4 spent on Amazon. They just lock the mask on so that it's not falling off your face. The other thing that it does is it keeps the hydration. I know that looks weird. It keeps the hydration longer on your skin because, all right, I'm going to remove that just because it makes me look weird. But yeah, okay, now this one is, okay. So again, this helps keep the hydration moving the direction of your face rather than going both directions, right? Because the environment is going to dry it out from the outside. And if you want all that hydration moving into your face, then lock it on with a silicone mask and you'll get more hydration into your skin. So if you just go to my website, Natural Kaos, we link to everything that I use. She asked, where do you get the meso needles? They're all available online. I link to the ones that I use. Okay. So all we have to do is unscrew the cap on the Elaxen PDRN and block my eyes so the camera doesn't pick up on it, but you guys can see that. This is how many mils? Can I read that? I think it's got rid of its pocket. Oh wait, here's its box. Let's see. Let's just double check me. Okay, so there it's 2.5 or 2.2 mils in each one of these syringes. And I think I'll use 2/3 of it to microneedle. I'm gonna just like tie my hair back so it's not in the way. All right. Did anybody see my post on Instagram this morning? I am so stoked. So for the last month, I've just been focused on doing the peach pop workout that I've just like gleaned from the LA Booty Builder on Instagram. And literally I just do 5 exercises 3 times a week. And my backside has already gained an inch in circumference. And it's like the, what do we call it? The booty shelf is higher and it's like lifting my peach up. Super excited about it. Okay, this is a needle that is not sharp, okay? It's just a blunt end needle. You can see it's just blunt. And I'm gonna screw it on just for application purposes. Now, I'm hoping that I don't accidentally shoot a ton out because that is a problem that I've had in the past. Okay, good. We're not gonna go too crazy. Okay, we'll turn on my pen. This pen has 2 settings. And again, this is different than a doctor pen in the fact that you're getting the hit plus the prick. So it's more like the ProCell pens that maybe you guys have heard about or seen. Those are always in like doctor's offices because that's the route they decided to go. So they're not any better. It's like the same thing. I've had ProCell done in office. I made videos on it. And now I have the Channel Pro pen. It's great. But you don't dial up and down the needles the way you would with a doctor pen. The cartridges are already set, just like ProCell, okay? So with this, we're always microneedling because I picked this cartridge at a 0.5 millimeter depth, and it has 2 speeds. So we'll turn it on. I'm at the faster speed, and let me just get my towel over here so it doesn't like vibrate on the table. And I'm not injecting my neck, I'm just squirting some of the Elaxen PDRN on. And I really want to firm up underneath my jawline. So we're really gonna focus in this area. And I like that I can just like press it in and get nice penetration with it. I've used this a lot for stretch mark microneedling if you've ever caught those lives. Linda says awesome. Like, thank you very much. Sasha says my youngest son also has acne prone skin. I have him wash, shower with sorry, I can't read that. Hibiscians only. He has puricin, hypochlorous acid spray. Oh yeah, that's nice. To use all day to kill the bacteria, and I laser him every week with diode laser. Oh my gosh, what a good mom. I love it. I love it. Moms, our kids, acne is not normal. I know that so many people have it, but it's so debilitating. And if you let it get out of control, then they will be mutilated for life. You just have to be on top of it. And my son was hiding his back acne from me. And finally, this summer when we were in Hawaii, I was like, what is going on? Why won't you ever take your shirt off to swim? And then I saw it, you guys. And my heart broke. I was so sad because I felt like we could have done so much more early on before it got so bad. My kids too, after sports, they're showering. They shower every morning. I have 4 boys. We've really worked on hygiene. It does not come naturally to boys, as I've learned. So I'm just warming up my skin, stamping it. This is not one you drag because it does not have the top lip like a doctor pen, okay? This one is just a stamping pen. So you just stamp, which is also great that it's such a big cartridge. They also sell 1 millimeter depth cartridges and 0.25 millimeter depth cartridges depending on where you want to work on your skin. I picked the 0.5 today because I wasn't sure, especially after doing platysmal band Toxin on Monday, how deep I wanted to go. So I decided to do the 0.5 today. But my neck and chest could definitely handle the 1 millimeter. I would probably want to numb for that because it would be a lot more intense. So even if you don't have like really high-end serums to microneedle with, that's okay, because really in the end, it's the pricking that really gets the collagen stimulation going. Of course, if you have better products to add into the skin to get them deeper, then that's ideal. But if you just use regular hyaluronic acid like the Coste Baja one or the Cosrx one, and you just microneedle a couple times a month, you're gonna see a vast improvement because it's the trauma that you wanna trigger that's really in the end going to bring in the elastin and the fibroblasts that are gonna firm up your skin. I didn't numb today, but if I was numbing, I use Korean numbing cream that we get from our vendors, and it's 10.5% Lido. And usually what I do is I will derma roll, then I will coat with a thick layer of the numbing cream, and then I will cover that in plastic for 30 to 40 minutes before I do a mesotherapy session. Usually I'm numbing for mesotherapy because I'm doing like 100 pricks in my face, and that really gets old after after a while. Like your stamina just, you know, it's tough. Okay, so we warmed that up. Let's get some more. Shoot, I cannot see this. Where did that go? Go in my lap? I don't even know where I shot that. All right, just wasted some. It's hard for me to see where I'm just gonna, you know what? It's safer for me to just shoot it into my hand because I cannot see the end of that needle in my mirror, and the perspective to my neck is a little bit tough. Okay, so it's getting, if you can see, it's getting red. And I'm just gonna do that again and just really get that product in to help firm up underneath my neck, jawline. I only share my Korean vendors on my website and in my app, and we have promo codes for them. And again, that's not because I'm gatekeeping, that's because I'm trying to stay on platforms and not get deplatformed. Or get put in TikTok jail again. That was ridiculous. Okay, we did a good job, like right underneath our neck. My website, Marita, is naturalchaos.com. It's spelled the same way my handle is, so natural, Kaos. I know. Why did I choose that? Well, my name starts with a K, and I just went with it. And now, in retrospect, it is difficult for people to understand what I'm saying or how it's spelled. Okay. That's a great question, Sasha. Okay, I will tell you guys this. She says, I saw the pen on your website, but it says refurbished and they sell new. How should I explain this without getting in trouble? You should buy those refurbished pens. They are a good deal and they haven't been used. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, the manufacturer, the owner of Beauty from Korea who made all the pens wants to move them. So he is pricing them cheaper as refurbished, but those pens have never been used. If that makes sense. If I were you guys, I would be buying those refurbished pens because they are new, okay? They're a good deal. But you know how it is, like brands have to price things and do kinds of marketing tactics to move product and not piss off other buyers or vendors. So that's the reason they are called refurbished. Yeah. Sorry, I just haven't been really able to say that because I don't want to get in trouble or make anybody mad. So I'm working lower on my neck now. And hopefully you can see that it's getting red. It makes it weird when I talk and go across my larynx, but we'll just keep on moving, keep on trucking along, right? Thank you so much, Melissa. Isn't Melissa the best? Hey Jane, so good to see you. Oh, Sasha said Kim buy the bent tip. I know. I think I have some bent tips. I have like, I need to make a video of me, like, restocking all of my medical supplies, you guys. You have no idea. I'm like a med spa in here. I have drawers and drawers of meso tips, of syringes, of cannulas, gloves, sanitary napkins, everything. Okay, let's do a little bit more into my hand so I can control it. The pen is called the Channel Pro pen. If you go to my website, naturalchaos.com, that's where you'll find this blog, along with the live from YouTube embedded in it, along with all the products I'm using, and along with all the promo codes so you can get the best deal from our vendors. Also, just to remind you guys, after this, I will be jumping into the Natural Chaos app because I'm going to save some of the PDRN, and I will be injecting my neck with it, doing meso blebs, which is why I'm trying to save some of it. And then, because I know people just keep getting on and off, tomorrow on YouTube, I will be releasing how I mapped my face for the 200 units of Dahan Tox. And I think that should be a really useful video to so many of you, because I know people are scared, they don't really understand, they don't feel comfortable on like where they're gonna place. And so I think the way that I set it up with basically giving you measurements, a ruler, making lines, putting those lines together, I think it's really gonna help give you a great outcome if you ever chose to do your own neurotoxin at home. I was trying to get the video done for like right after this live and we were gonna jump into it, but I just couldn't edit fast enough, and I wanted it to be really good with like a lot of like close-ups and a lot of explanation. So that's what's coming tomorrow to the Spa and Tell YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is linked in my profile so that you guys can easily find it and go there. My website is also linked in my profile, by the way. If you guys don't understand a profile, there's links in a profile, and you can go to it and click the links, and it will take you there. TikTok Kitty Foot says, which microneedling device is this? This is the Channel Pro pen. I'm using it with a 24 pin cartridge. It's set at 0.5 millimeter depth. I did 200 units of neurotoxin in my face and neck on Monday inside the Natural Chaos app. So I didn't want to go too deep into my platysmal bands since I had just placed toxin in them. Okay, so we did our neck. Now let's stamp our chest a little bit. Especially in the V, you know how you get the vertical lines. Just want to warm up my skin, and then I'm going to pack it with the PDRN. Again, because it's stamping, I don't have to worry about like throwing down a slip initially. I can just open up the skin, get it warmed up. Sasha says, I love the community, and Kim, I pay a nurse to come in and to inject and do injectables. I've been asking her to do the Regeneron blebs, and she won't. and doesn't want to teach me how to inject. Yeah, girl, that's the reason we do that all in the app, because the reason she won't do it is because the products that we use from Korea are not FDA approved. So she would lose her license if for some reason it went bad for you, or you just decided to report her or whatever. Licensed medical providers inside the United States cannot use the products that we use on other people. Now, the reason we get a lot of licensed people inside of our app is because they want the products and the access to them to be able to use them on themselves, because they know they're so good. But when you're inside the United States and you're licensed, you cannot use them on other people. And our community is all about DIY and personal responsibility and empowerment. So we do not do anything for anybody else. We only treat ourselves, because if, like, I get people all the time being like, Kim, I wish you'd do my toxin for me. But I will never do that. I didn't even, like, my husband, even when we were married, he did his own Brotox, and he used our app and talked to the community to figure out placement and to do it for himself. I was not going to do it for him, because I'm not going to compromise myself and go to jail over doing somebody's toxin when we provide the guide and information and insight on how to do it yourself. There's no reason anybody should compromise themselves, and I totally understand why licensed professionals will not compromise their licenses. In fact, I find it shocking when I find out licensed professionals are using KFDA approved products on people. Then the reason they're doing it is because they can save a lot of money using the cheaper toxins. But I mean, gosh, you went to medical school or you went to nursing school, and you're just gonna throw your license away to save a few bucks or make a higher profit margin? Makes no sense to me. Crazy. Okay. I just think it's easier for me to like eyeball it in my hand. So you can see how red it's getting in my chest. I'm gonna do one more pass, and then we're gonna finish my face, and then I'm gonna use the rest in my app to place mesoblebs in my neck. Oh, there's a question from Lena. She says, how can we remove tech neck? First, toxin in your neck will help lay down your platysmal bands. Then you should really do biostimulators, mesotherapy, to help firm up the skin that gets so laxed. But I know, tech neck is a real thing. And then if you use a GLP-1, it's even more compounded. I know personally. Okay, we are done. Turn it off. Okay. Again, we do not save cartridges. We throw them in the trash. Because number one, it doesn't matter if you think you can sanitize it, which of course you could, but the needles burr just like a mesotip would, or a needle on a syringe. They are no longer sharp. They get bent. That you do not want to be pricking your skin with bent burred needles. So these always go in the trash when you're done with it. And if I'm doing like a really intense microneedling session, like I'm doing my face, and then I'm doing my neck and chest, I use multiple cartridges for that. Just like if I was doing a mesotherapy treatment, I have a bunch of needles to switch back onto my Luralox syringe, so that every 3 to 4 injections, I'm switching a needle so that it's always nice and sharp, because once your needle burrs and gets dull, then it really sucks to get it into the skin. And you learn that as you do things. You're like, oh yeah, it's time to change the needle. So If you don't realize that, just know that, okay, so because this is a long tube and then product would be up in it, I'm pulling back on my syringe to get as much out of the tube as possible because it gets up in it. Okay, and then we'll release this. That'll go in the trash. Clean up my area. Okay, and then when I get into my app, this is a meso needle. The app is called Natural Kaos, Kaos. It's found on Apple and Android, but if you just go to my website, naturalkaos.com, there's like a subheading that says, or like a little box at the top right hand corner that says join the app. If you click on that, you can register and come in, and then you can join me for the live where I'm going to be injecting this into my neck. And let's see, this is like a lure lock syringe, so you can pop on needles and then pop off its cap. And you can see that this is a 31 gauge 4mm depth needle. That's what I will be using inside the app, and I have a bunch to switch off, and then we'll just get it ready and primed up. So that's ready, and it looks like I have 1 mil to use in my neck, so that'll be great. So I used 1.2 mils to microneedle my neck and chest, and then I will place the blebs in my neck in the app once we're done here. Okay, we can take off our mask. Just like rub it all over our face. Okay, and then we'll just finish this up with a nice little polish up. If you've joined me for these in the past, I use a lot of the same stuff, but today I'm going to be using the Lawless Plumping Cream. So we're just going to get this on my face. I'm going to put it on my neck and chest too, just to plump up everything. I think this is here on TikTok. I'm trying to remember. Not every product I use is here, but I try to find things. Okay, so there's that cream I'm using. Just locking everything in. And then we have some sunscreen to do, and then some makeup to make ourselves look presentable for the day. I really don't wear that much makeup. I typically only put makeup on during these lives, and then on Sundays when I go to church. Beyond that, I am pretty clean with my skin. I just pretty much do skincare. We'll just brush through, because remember we did that Divi serum in the beginning for my scalp. We'll just brush through my hair. I'm also afraid to lose my license, but I hate that I'm forced to buy $5,000 in tax orders when I can buy K-Tox. Oh, I know. Well, because Allergan puts you on those like required spends too. And the only way you get your toxin down per unit is if you move more of their toxin. It's crazy. I feel really bad for licensed professionals in this country because they're just getting squeezed both ways, and they have to be the face of it. And I never hear them bitching about it. And I'm like, you guys, you should start bitching about this, because honestly, like, that's the only way that there's going to be change, and Allergan's going to be forced from their high horse of controlling the FDA. Like, I think it's so gross. I also hate that Allergan is now buying up KFDA approved toxins, and they're not bringing them into the United States. It's like they're trying to shut them down, or if they do bring them in, they're going to then shut down the KFDA flow, so then we won't get Inatox, from Metatox, because Allergan supposedly bought Inatox from Metatox like 2 years ago, and I haven't seen any Inatox get approved yet. So I really don't know what's going on. They're just ridiculous. Okay. How are we doing over here? Everyone's good on TikTok? All right. Everyone's good on YouTube? Oh, Victoria says, thanks, awesome, Sasha. Yeah, I feel like we learn so much from him. Even if we don't DIY ourselves, we can learn about products and how things should be so we can advocate for ourselves to professionals. Absolutely, absolutely. And by the way, if anybody says they can take away all your forehead lines and give you the brow lift, that's just not really true. However, I think next week I will do a little bit of a touch up to try to lay down my rainbow lines that happen. You can see how strong my eyebrow muscle is right here. It's like a beast, but I can't inject that because then we would drop a brow. So, and we wouldn't, and then the frontalis would be heavier, and then my hooded eyes would be more obvious, which is why I place Toxin here and like right in here and here, and then on the sides. And I'm gonna do some more lateral placement here to help just open it up and smooth out a lot of that pull, but I won't be able to get rid of it fully. That's just the trade-off of having the brow lift when you do Toxin, because you just can't freeze the frontalis completely. Okay. Our skin is dry from that cream. Lilac says looks good. Thank you so much. All right, today for sunscreen, I have the Bloom Effects SPF 50. I love their serum one. It's so beautiful. I've used it for years. It goes on so nice. I do not love the delivery bottle of it. I think it's annoying. So we're gonna try the stick out today and see how this goes. If I can open it. Probably not. Probably break it. If I ever made a product, you guys, I would spend forever testing the packaging. Can somebody open this? Does it actually go on? You know, I just feel like people make these products and then they just throw it into crappy like packages and you're just like, okay, that doesn't work. All right, so let's see how this goes on. Not sure how I feel about the glide on. Ooh, it does have a nice sheen to it. Do you guys see that? It is pretty. I'm also not sure how to know if I'm getting the full 50 SPF coverage. So I'm not sure how heavy-handed I need to be. So we're just gonna be really heavy-handed. I won't be putting sunscreen on my neck or chest yet, just because I microneedled it. It's open. It will close up super fast, and I'm gonna be doing mesotherapy in my neck. So we're just gonna leave that clear for right now. But okay, I mean, I'm not hating this. I think I got a good coverage with it. This is also on TikTok. Lilac Dreams, I don't share where I buy stuff on open platforms. I share on my website and in my app. So you are welcome to go to those locations and find out and get promo codes. And in our app, they do special pricing, which is why it's so worth it to be a member if you're into doing DIY skincare, biostimulators, all that jazz. Also peptides. We have 2 peptide vendors. They're US based. They offer you guys great deals. They're the ones who have the Retta. I get a lot of questions about Retta TrueTide. I don't share publicly either. Okay. I like how this went on. I think I did a nice 50 SPF coverage with that. I wasn't sure because the stick was a little hard, but as it was on my skin, it seemed to warm up. And it really has a nice like shine, which is similar to their serum based one. Thank you, Sasha. She says, I love your website. I need you in my life. Well, I'm here for you, girl. This is why I show up 24/7. People probably think I'm a psychopath with how much content I make and how much I'm constantly online. But I mean, I have to do it because this world is so noisy. And if I just take a week off, which sometimes I have to because it's a lot, you guys, it's a lot. And I have 4 kids, I have a home, the business, it's a lot to manage. Like, I never knew when I made my first YouTube video in like June of 2018 it would grow into this, and I'm so grateful it did, but it wasn't like I was prepared to like manage all of this. Okay, let's pull over our makeup. Got some stuff. I pretty much do my makeup the same way all the time, but I did bring out some new things today. We'll play with it. Some things I haven't used in a while, so that should be good. Okay, one thing that I want to say, and I used this in Hawaii, like in the Kauai video, is this G Beauty makeup. This is a primer, but it's tinted, and so your skin still shows through, but it just really polishes you up. I think it's a great formula. Like, I've been really, really happy with it. I can't say enough good things about it. For my skin, it works out really great. But you need to put on a nice SPF before you do any of the like makeup stuff, okay? So I just like rub this into my skin. And I go into my eyelids. I like go everywhere. Because we're fast. I'm not going to pull it down into my neck or chest right now because, again, we just microneedled that. And I'm going to be doing the mesoblebs inside the app as soon as I finish this. But it just really has a nice natural finish to it. You can still see like some imperfections coming through. Like, that's what I want, because I want people to see that like I'm not wearing caked on makeup. I want them to see that like I'm showing my skin. And typically when I go on YouTube, like when I produce videos for YouTube, I'm rarely wearing makeup. Usually I'm just raw because I do skincare and we want to see the skin. And if I'm always putting on makeup, it's just crazy to me that like the makeup girlies have now like jumped into skincare and they're still showing up with makeup. And I'm just like, you're doing skincare. Like, why do you have makeup on your face? And why are you putting serums on top of makeup? You don't do that, okay? Like, that's crazy. And it's not truthful. Okay, so we got that on. What happened with the testosterone therapy? Wait, hold on, Candace. I'll get to that question. What else was there? Kel says, in your app, do you have any places you share that have medical grade skincare? Not injectables. When you say medical grade skincare, what are you referring to? I mean, a lot of the skincare we use is medical grade. Violation warning. To ensure a safe online shopping experience, use the TikTok live product showcase to sell products instead of directing customers to third-party websites. Oh, man, the AI is crazy. What? It took away my thing. I don't know really how to get it back. I know, I got it. I'm still live. Okay, you guys, I don't know what it wants me to do. You guys got to stop asking me about like other products. You're supposed to just like, I don't want to get in trouble here. They're crazy. Okay. What happened to my testosterone therapy, Candace? Great question. So 2024, I did the pellet, the testosterone pellet 4 times because they are a 3-month slow release pellet. And it's basically just stuck in your peach backside. They just like alternate cheeks and they just make a little slice. They pop the pellet in. They just tape it shut. It's totally fine. And that was great, but it's expensive. And it was like $400 every 3 months. And so I'm just not doing it right now, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to go back on it. Also, to be completely open and honest, I am almost done with my divorce. And if you are on the testosterone pellet, you guys, you want sex 3 times a day. Like, no joke. Like, you're like a 14-year-old schoolboy, which is awesome if you're in a relationship. Not so awesome if you're not. So I just felt like I just needed to be off of it for a while. And then maybe I'll do it in the future, you know. I thought it was great. It's great for bone and muscle density. And anyway, so I'm not opposed to testosterone at all. I'm not using it right now. Okay, so I've had this for a while. It's the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Palette 4-in-1. You guys, I'm not even sure if this exists anymore. Melissa, who did the blog after I sent her all the products, probably knows if this even exists anymore. I don't know, but that's what I decided to use today. So I'm just going to use a, tight brush. I'm going to go into the brown color. This is like the color that we'll just use to, give some, oh, did I not? When was the last time I used this? They're kind of wet. Okay. So we'll just kind of tack it on my forehead just to give some dimension, because I do have a 5+ finger forehead. I'm not opposed to my forehead. It's just really tall. So I like to give it some shading at the top, and just we'll bring it down around our face too. And then I always like take a color like this and just pop it into my eye socket, because I'm just lazy like that. And then we'll just kind of come down our face. And if I hadn't just microneedled my neck or chest, I would use this color also underneath and bring down some skin tone, but you know the deal. We just microneedled, so we're not doing that. And there is okay, we'll try it. So there is like seems so white. I don't know, this might make me look like a raccoon. We'll try their under eye. Oh, see, that is so freaking white for me. Okay, that's not really gonna be great. We'll just have that in. Did you notice any improvement in energy levels? That's a good question, Candace. I think when I first the problem was when I started doing testosterone therapy, I was also doing hormone therapy, and so that's when I went on NP thyroid. And so I feel like the energy that I maybe noticed uptake was really from the NP thyroid and not from, it could have been a combination of both, right? I had the testosterone pellet going and the NP thyroid. I still take the NP thyroid, but it was hard to know if it was just one or the other, maybe a combination. But definitely if you're not making thyroid like I wasn't, and you go on NP thyroid, then you do feel a sense of energy, but you kind of max that out too. Like then all of a sudden you need more NP thyroid, and now I take like 2 tablets to like feel normal. So I don't know how to answer that question, because it wasn't ever in like a controlled situation for me. Okay, I picked up the creamy pink in this, and I'm just gonna kind of highlight my cheek area and maybe kind of cover some of that white, because it was kind of intense. And I just kind of push it up my face. And same over here. What brand Tox did you use the other day? You look fantastic, girl. Oh, thank you. I used the Dahan Tox. It was the first time I ever used it. I did the 200 units. I have a video coming out on YouTube tomorrow. Hey, we never decided on the time. What time should I release that tomorrow on YouTube? Because I'm going to be in that conference, but I want to be on the live with you guys. So I'm thinking like, thing is, I'm not sure when I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to be in traffic. But I could be on the live with you guys in traffic. Maybe what do you guys think? 5 p.m. Pacific, maybe? Do you guys think that could be like a good time? Because that would be 8 p.m. Eastern. Dahan Tox, DEHANTOX. I have a blog on it on Natural Kaos, and then inside our app is where I did the injections. And then tomorrow on YouTube, I will be releasing a video showing how I mapped out all 200 units safely, so that you guys feel safe in doing your own if that's what you choose. And yeah, that's the spiel there. Okay. Oh, we'll do a little bit more blush, because I do have the Say blush. I feel like they ruined the carousel of all the things that I had added to this. So now I don't know what to do. I don't know why they like took away everything that I couldn't add this product. The product couldn't be added to current life since it violated our policies. How is the products violating your policies? I don't understand these people. All these platforms are ridiculous. I just keep adding it and it keeps telling me that it's a violation. I'm like, okay, got it. Got it. Makes no sense. Got it. Got it. Got it. You guys, it is just a shit show all the time. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how to add the products anymore, but the this blush is actually like on flash sale right now. I'm using the color Chili. Okay, so let's just do one dot because I'm not sure how intense this is going to be. All right, let's just, okay, the first time I ever saw like a waterfall, like blush look, okay, you guys, this is going to date me, but I hope it also takes some of you back to YouTube in the day. My girl Pony from Korea, all of her videos were in Korean, and she would do these amazing makeup looks, and she like would layer the blushes for like a watercolor effect. I feel like we need a little bit more so that it looks a little bit more intense, but she was definitely my go-to girl for makeup. So was Toddy Westbrook. I mean, I watched a lot of Toddy, but Pony was my girl. And she did put out some products, and I got her like peach blush, and it was really pretty. It was still like my favorite blush. I don't even know if it's available anymore, so a lot of times I don't use products that aren't available anymore because then people ask me about them, and I'm like, well, it's not available. And again, I just like pat my blushes like up into my temple area and just keeping them high on my cheek. Sometimes go into like the outside corner of my eye. And then I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. I'm gonna put this on my, oh, I just squeezed out a ton of that, okay. I just made that a huge mess. Oops. All right, we'll just put you back in your tube. So I have a bunch on my hand. We do not need this all on my face. So I'm just gonna do a little bit here. But I also want to use it in my eye. Does anybody remember Pony? Oh, you'll watch my YouTube, Nicole? Thank you so much. Yes. YouTube is great because it's evergreen content and it's organized by playlists. The videos link to one another. It's just a much easier way for me to share. It's a much better platform. I've always preferred YouTube to all the rest of the platforms, and YouTube has always been an easier place for me to grow too. Like, it's just always served me the right people. It knows how to serve out my content. It's just, for me, YouTube is my jam, even though they burnt my first channel down. But they're the only game in town, so I have to keep going there. So sometimes with the highlighter, it's nice to like put a little bit on your nose and then a little bit on your Cupid's bow to make your lip and the philtrums pop a little bit more. This Charlotte Tilbury one is pretty forgiving, which is good, especially since I get it all over the place. Okay, now we need some powder to lock it in and then like not make my face look like a complete disco ball. So I have the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder today, and we're just gonna set my face. And then remember, you guys, not to be a broken record, but after this, I'm going to be jumping inside the Natural Kaos app, and I will be doing the mesobleb injections. It's kind of how I do it. I share with you guys what I'm planning on doing, and then I jump inside the app where I can be real and not have to be weird with the things I say or things I do, because that's the world I live in. Okay, so now it's all like locked in, so like a little bit more in the center. Now we're not like crazy shiny. What else do we need? Let's do some lip plumper. This is lip injection from Too Faced. Just get some on my lips because I have really small lips. I did the lip flip on Monday to help lift up my upper lip to be a little bit more open. I think that that's taken effect pretty nicely. Seems to be jutting up a little bit more. I only did 1 unit in 4 places. If you do too much, then you'll get a flaring lip. So I think that that went really well. Then I have the Lawless lip gloss. We'll just top this on top of it. This color is one I can't read. I don't know. They make these things impossible to see. I don't know what color it says. Kind of like a, I mean, it's a pink. It kind of has a little bit of purple in it. It's pretty. Are you using the fair color in the setting powder? No, actually, good question. I am using, it's like white. It's called Pale. It's the pale color. It's just like completely white. I like it because then it doesn't like diminish any of the colors that I'm using, you know, because it doesn't have any of like the nude tones in it. So I prefer, unless you like powder to be part of your camouflage, I prefer like the clear powder to lock it in. Okay, let's just do some lashes and eyebrows, and then we will jump into the app. So this is just the Blink tubing mascara. You're very welcome, California Dana. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. And who from TikTok is going to jump into the app with me and watch me do the meso injections? Who in here is already inside the app and on YouTube? I know I already see a lot of people. You prefer the disco ball, Soshi? When I used to do the Amazon app lives, or the Amazon lives, I mean, I would always talk about wanting to be a disco ball. My face would be so freaking shiny and like lit. But then I got the face drop, and then what ends up happening is that more of these areas, the more your face is like lit everywhere, they show more. So I like to powder this area now to make it less reflective so that it doesn't show so much depth, because if it's like super shiny, then it looks a lot more reflective and it shows more depth. But if you can mute it down with powder, then you have you know, less revealed depth to that fold. One day, you guys, one day I'm gonna do my own face filler. I know everybody thinks that I do that all the time, but it's not true. The only place that I've ever placed my own filler is in my lips, and I do not even do that very often. Maybe once every 18 months. I do plan on doing it this fall inside the app. I'll show you how I do it safely, but it is not my favorite thing to do, which is why I rarely do it. But I've been watching a lot of side face and jaw filler, and we have a ton of lives inside the app doing it, so there's a ton of inspiration for me to gain from there. But I really think it's time. And then I also want to, if I ever get up the nerve and feel confident and ready, I want to do the calcium filler right in my periosteum, because if you feel right there, that will really help lift that deep fold. So I have definitely things I want to do, things that I don't feel comfortable yet doing, but I know how to do the research. I know inside my app there are tons of people who have modeled it for me, given me tons of inspiration. And when I'm ready to do it, you know where I'm going to do it. Do it inside my app with my friends. Okay, let's do our brows. This is the Benefit brow pencil. I think they call it the cheat. Oh no, Precisely My Brow, just kidding. And I like the color 3.5. I've tried a bunch of their brown colors, but 3.5 is like the perfect ashy tone for me. I just basically draw some lines through my brow and then fluff it up with the spoolie on the other side. And I'm a huge Benefit eyebrow fan. I think that their brow pencils, and then this fluff up brow wax, which I'm running out of. I need to order some more. I really love this stuff. I don't like their gel as much as I like this fluff brow wax. I think it's better. And then like you get more of a laminated brow look and they'll stay and they look more youthful like that. So that's how I like it. California Dana says, I had my husband do my cheeks and lips during COVID. Wow. Oh, thank you, Diggity Dave. He says, or they say, your outfit check, you look beautiful. Well, there's not much to this outfit. This is just a Lululemon like workout top, and then I think these are just like Lululemon like joggers. and one's in navy and one's in blue, or one's in black and one's in navy, so they're not even that great. But thank you. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining this live with me. I am going to jump now inside the Natural Kaos app. I'm going to do 1 ml of meso injections in my neck, and that's where I'm going to share that. California Dana says, he learned from your people in the previous Facebook group. Isn't that amazing? Seriously, love it. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow on YouTube for the Thursday release of how to map out your face safely with 200 units of Tox, not Inatox. I hope that video becomes a go-to for you when you're planning on doing your own toxin at home, because I really spent a lot of time on making sure that you understood safety zones and where not to place and where to place. And I'm really loving the uptake already with Tox. I don't know if it's going to be a 3-day uptake like Inatox, but it already seems like it's doing a great job. It's definitely helped like with my jawline by laying down the platysmal bands more. So I think it's going to be great. Sasha says, how do I give it a like your YouTube if so I already did. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I need that. I have 200 units Tox right now. Okay, so Soshi, tomorrow that video is for you. I'm not sure on the time I'm going to release it yet, but make sure you're subscribed. You have your notifications on for the Spa and Tell YouTube channel. That is my YouTube channel. If you're here on TikTok, then just go to my profile, click the links. The YouTube channel is linked and you'll be able to find it that way. I have like, I don't know, 600 videos there. So I hope that helps you guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. And all my app friends, I'll be with you guys shortly after I just clean this up and go live in the app, okay? All right, you guys, see you so much later. See you guys soon. And I love you guys. Thanks for all your support, and you guys are the best. All right, bye guys. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys soon in the app.